We are almost into February as of tomorrow, and the news train keeps on chugging. Today, we're going to be going over a news story from the video Game Chronicle that came out a couple days ago that I never got round to, talking about a developer that's working with Microsoft to make a Monster Hunter style co-op game. The team behind it are Certain Affinity, who have worked on titles like Halo, the Doom franchise, Call of Duty, and they've just helped out in a lot of other areas, and they've made up a lot of industry veterans. They're made up a couple of ex-Bungie employees. So yeah, it's a really cool story. But before we jump into it, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new, and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I bring out more content. So let's dive into the article then. Jeff Grubb from GamesBeat, who I've covered many times on this channel, he's a very good industry insider, and has said that essentially Microsoft has been shopping around the idea to a few developers to make a co-op title to differentiate the types of games that are on its Game Pass lineup. Like a lot of the, we've got a racing game with Forza, we've got a first-person shooter. A Monster Hunter style co-op game could definitely slot into there. This is what Jeff Grubb said. They're working with Certain Affinity on what seems like a Monster Hunter style game, a Monster Hunter clone. They see this as a gameplay style succeeding, and Microsoft's like, hey, we should try to make one of these. Is someone out there going to pitch one? He also added they want to add more variety to the kinds of games that they're putting onto the Game Pass, and this is an example of that. This is interesting because there are some other games like Contraband that have been revealed, Fable that's in the works, and a few other titles that are in the works for the future, especially like Redfall as well as another co-op style game. And it seems like Microsoft are allowing the Game Pass to give developers those risks to try out different games on their platform, whether an IP hits or lands. Jeff Grubb also went on to say they're probably like, we can't get the Monster Hunter franchise on Game Pass consistently. It would be pretty expensive, but we definitely want a game like that because we want to see the potential for that to grow into a big thing with long-term support. And that kind of concludes that aspect of the article. But there's another section of it that apparently back in 2020, Certain Affinity has been working on it since the summer of that period of time. They said it was most likely to be revealed sometime this year and then have a release date of 2024. Another thing that is cool to look at is that Certain Affinity has also been working with 343 for a new game mode in Halo Infinite. This is Rumours for a Halo Infinite Battle Royale, but I'm not going to dive too much into that in today's video. To give you a little bit more backstory on Certain Affinity, the CEO, Max Herbermann, is a former multiplayer and online lead for the Halo series. So it seems like he has a little bit of experience when it comes to online games, which is obviously what you want. Gives you a little bit of confidence there. And last year, around this time last year in 2021, they had actually signed an agreement to lead and develop an original IP. And now, obviously, we know that they're going to be potentially working with Microsoft. Back then, the company said, are we excited to take on a genre and style of game that we've always loved? Thrilled beyond words. Are we honored to be bringing the game to the market? Incredibly so, or indescribably so. Are there other tantalizing details regarding this new venture? More than we can say. We've been building towards this project for the past few years. We're thrilled to have signed an agreement to lead development on our most ambitious title to date. That was from the CEO, Matt Herbermann, in 2021 in February. The game is our creative vision to lead, and our team is exceptionally passionate about it. So that kind of concludes the article. So what are my thoughts on this? What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let's have a discussion about the potential of another Monster Hunter style game coming into the forefront. As far as I know, the only game that has that is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is one of the biggest franchises that Capcom has, and they also, they're on the Switch. They're also with Rise that's just come out onto the PC. They also have World, which is probably going to get expanded upon. They're probably even working with Monster Hunter Stories, I believe, as well, which is like their story-focused one, which is more of like a Pokemon-esque RPG one. I haven't played it. It's just what I've seen, so don't roast me in the comments. I'm just saying that's from the outlook of me seeing it. But it's interesting because Microsoft have this ability right now with a lot of the studios that they have to give them this creative freedom because they know a lot of their games are probably going to get played on the Game Pass. You know, they've got games such as Forza, which is corners the racing market. They've got the shooter market covered with Halo. They've also got the third-person market with potentially Gears and games like that are going to be in the works. They've also got the fantasy genre and the RPGs coming in with Bethesda, In Exile, and Obsidian. So they're working on games as well. So a co-op, like monster hunting game would definitely diverse their lineup and appeal to some people that would potentially want to get into that, especially like myself. I've never really jumped into the Monster Hunter games because I feel like I've missed the boat a little bit on them, so maybe it's a good time to jump into this at the beginning, but who knows? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts, and if you are a Monster Hunter fan, are you excited? Are you worried? Let me know. It's always good conversation to have in the comments section. But that's pretty much the news story today. That is the preview of something that I wanted to talk about. It was very exciting. I wanted to talk about it on the channel. If you have clicked on this video and you are new to it, please make sure you hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and stick around for more content of a wide variety on the channel. You can do that by hitting the notification bell. And are you excited for any Monster Hunter style game? I think I am. But as always, this has been Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.